Last session, we discussed metadata scanning of file and table, correct? So how we did? I'll quickly recollect. There's a place called metadata. Right click and say create connection. We'll give some name. Click on next button. Here you will be selecting a DB type. Right click with service name or something, and you need to fill this form, correct? And once after that, you just click on finish check button. You'll be getting a check button here. Local host. In real time, it's not local host. And service name will be also changes. Port number also will changes. Click on check button. You should see connection successful. Click on finish button, correct? Okay, this one we checked, we discussed. And after that, we discussed delimited files. And we discussed employee file. This one, correct? And we discussed this particular file also, pipe file with delimiters pipe. And this particular file doesn't have header. We have given our own header, correct? Employee number, employee name, salary, and all. By default, it gets the column names as column 0, column 1, column 2, like that. We just change them to employee number, employee name, salary, HRA. Remember, right? Okay. So the file may comes with header, file may not comes with header. Let's do a metadata scanning of one more file so that you'll get a better idea. Let me take this file, mobile numbers.txt file. Okay. So what you need to do? File delimited, right click, create file delimited, mobile numbers file. Click on next button. Browse for the file. The same folder which I have given is like practice files folder. In the folder it has, and that's a txt file, right? You need to change it to star so that you can see all the files. Select the file called mobile numbers. This one. What's the delimiter? Semicolon. Click on next button. By default, it is semicolon. Else you need to change it. If it is something else, not comma, not semicolon, not tab, not space, then custom UTF-8 select, and here you'll be having edit option, correct? And if you have a header, choose this option. Do we have a header in the file? You can see employee number, employee name, mobile number, mail ID, right? It's a header. Set this option. Set heading row as column names option. Click on refresh preview. You'll be seeing data in a tabular format like this. Click on next button. Here you'll be seeing a data types, length and all. You can increase the length and all as per the mapping spec document, mapping specification document, correct? And click on finish button. Once you click on a finish button, you see a file here. Limit ఉంటుంది. The employee name will not be 1000. Normal general terminology you can take. If we take credit card number, how many digits? 16. So for each and everything there will be a length. Suppose if we take address, it will not be 1000 characters, right? We'll say we'll limit to some 200 or 150. We won't give max size and all. Employee name, maximum length is what? 50. Vera Venkata, Surya Narayana, something. Still it will be 50, right? They need to shortcut it. That's it. They can't be able to put an entire name. Yes or no? So we'll be having limit, yes. Okay. Now the requirement number 1 is I simply want to load the data from this particular employee file to a table. Input is file, nothing but delimited file, and I would like to load the data to a Oracle table. Let me create a Talend job so that it takes the data from file and loads into table. Extract and load. We are ETL developers, right? We are not applying any transformations in between for today. We are going to learn extraction, loading. So nothing but this is my extraction file. From here, I want to extract the data and load it into table. Suppose you want to load the data to the table. What do you do? Okay, we'll explain that. First of all, let me go to the Talend. The requirement is load the data from EMP file to table. There's a place called job design. There's a place called job design. Right click and say create job. We did the same here also. Right click, create connection. Right click, create file delimited. Right click, create job. Okay, it's common option. Give some name. Name. I cannot give Suresh, Mahesh first job. No. We always follow one naming convention. We call it as a naming convention. Naming convention means everybody in the team will follow the same. So your job name should always start with either J or job, like a creature. Remember, job underscore emp file underscore to underscore table. You should make some sentence kind of. It looks good. Like a creature. And rule number one is you are not supposed to create a job name with your different names and all. We call it as a naming convention. Andaru okate follow అవుతాం. I cannot create my jobs with capital letter. You cannot create jobs with small letters and all. No. In a project, everybody follow the same. So the point number one that you need to remember is you should create your job name in such a way that it should give some meaningful information. Job underscore employee file to employee table. So that's what we are going to do, right? Okay. So I have given a same name, TABL. Purpose description is not mandatory. If you want, you can give. I was creating this particular for so and so client. Description, this job is going to load the data from so and so file to so and so table. Some description all you want to give, you can give. Click on finish button. Before clicking on finish button, right? This is empty and this is all empty. Now you can see everything comes. Let me close it. Example. When you close it, right? Palette is empty. All these options are not completely came. You can see only few options are coming. Right? When you create a job, you'll be getting all these options enabled. Okay. If you want to close the job, close it here. And if you want to open the job, see there is an arrow came here now. Nothing but inside that there is a job. Double click on it. It opens. If you want to close it, close it. Again, double click on it. It opens. You can close it. I'm just repeating multiple times because you'll get some practice by seeing the screen itself. And suppose something happened. This is closed. And this is closed. And this is coming here. And this is coming somewhere here. Confused, right? Screen. So what you need to do is there is an integration button here. The top rightmost corner, you'll be seeing a place called integration or this symbol. Right click on it and there is an option called reset. And say yes. Everything comes on normal. Okay, something got messed up. Doesn't require to worry. Go here, right click and say reset. Say yes. Okay, now let me open the job which I created. This is empty job. This is empty job. Here I'm going to create my job. Everything is drag and drop only, you can see. When you double click on this, right, you'll get a full screen like this. Again, once you double click on it, you get normal screen. Suppose you want more space to work, double click on it. Understood, right? Just maximize and minimize. Minimized. The requirement is need to load the data from this particular file to a table. We already did a metadata scanning of this file in a Talend. Where it is? Metadata. File delimited, employee file, right? Drag and drop to the job. Drag and drop to the job and select T file input delimited. The component name is T file input delimited. Input components will read the data from input. The input components will read the data from input. So you need to select input delimited. Remember. And you would like to download data to a table, right? Right? So drag and drop this Oracle connection which you created. Two connections you created, two are same only. Okay, any connection you can take and drag and drop to the job. And what you need to select? Output. Input is file, output is table, right? Select T Oracle output. Flow is created. Flow is created. Now I'm just maximizing it just for better view. That's it. I have an employee input file. Oracle as an output, correct? Select the icon. Don't select the entire box. We can select the entire box. We can select the icon. Select the icon. Right click. Click on row. Click on main. So you'll be getting a link like this. And take the link to the target. And click on the icon. I'm repeating entire step. I'm repeating again. Okay. The requirement is need to load the data from file to table. File metadata already scanned, right? Drag and drop. Input delimited. T file, input delimited in the select. Drag and drop this. You need to select the Oracle connection that you created, not the connection from here. Oracle connection. Now select your Oracle output. You can maximize it. Oh, more. Okay. Right click, row, main. You need to select the icon, not the box. If you select box, you will not be getting that option. Select the icon, right click, row, main. Click on the target icon. Click on the target icon. Now double click on the Oracle output component. Now double click on the output component. See, basically when it is minimized, right? When you double click on it, right, you'll be seeing a component properties here. What's the property? Which file you are reading? What's the row separator? What's the field separator? Field is what? Field is nothing but what? Column, attribute, nothing but field only, right? What is your field separator? Do the file has a header or not? Everything you can see here. And you want to see the column names then? Actually, this one. If you want to see a column names means there's a button here called edit schema. Slogan okay? There is a button called edit schema. Click on this, save OK. You can see the column names and all. I'm repeating again. Once you double click on the input component, right? You can see a component properties here. The component name is component. Talend anything component bill now. Input component, output component like that. Component tab, here you can see which file you are reading. What's the row separator? What's the field separator? Header. And if you want to see the column names, click on this edit schema, say OK. You can see all the logic. Employee number, employee name, salary, HRA, department number, department name, location, data types, length, and everything you can see by clicking on edit schema. All these words you need to remember. Now, input is file. Output, double click on it. Here I want to create you can see all these options on the output also. What is your host name? What is your port number? Which database you are connecting? Username, password, and everything. If you want to store the data to a table, database, you need to have a table. Database or data store and a table column. Okay. Let me give a table name here. I'll say table name as emp underscore today's date 07 12 2021. What's the date pattern? Date, month, year. DD, MM, Y. Okay. Yeah. Let me copy this. I want to load the data to this particular table. Even if you maximize auto, you'll be getting it. This is the table. You can drag like this. You can drag like this for better visibility. So I'm going to load the data to the table called emp underscore 07 12 2020. I'm going to the database. Okay. I'll say select star from table. This is the query to display the results from a table. I'm querying this table. I see table not there. It was simply saying table is not there. Then we need to create the table using create table script. CREATE create table name. Open the normal bracket, normal round bracket. Don't use curve brackets. Don't use flower brackets. చూడడానికి అందంగా ఉంది కదా ఆ బ్రాకెట్స్ వాడకూడదు అంతే కదా Oracle cannot able to understand it. So syntax అంటే syntax ఇలాగే ఫాలో అవ్వండి ఇలాగే ఫాలో అవ్వండి. Don't put curve brackets, don't put flower brackets and all. Don't say it's not working. It will not work. It will not understand. So normal bracket only. Okay. See normal bracket. If you want, I can maximize it and show you. Bracket another. Normal now. We have this bracket. This is flower bracket. Another bracket. No, don't use this. Use only normal bracket. Okay. This is the bracket in there. Create table name, bracket open, emp number. You need to give the same column names as file. The file what header you have. EMP number, right? Give the same name here. EMP number, integer, comma. For integer, it doesn't require to give a length. By default, text and length. Next, EMP name, varchar of some 30 or 50, whatever you want. Varchar of normal bracket again. All are normal brackets only. What do you mean by 50? Length. What do you mean by varchar? String. Varchar and string anna varchar not anna. Okay? Yeah. Next, salary, which is integer again. HRA, which is integer again. DEPT number. Give the same names which you used in edit schema. Integer, Q comma. DEPT name. Varchar of some 50 again for 40. Next, location, varchar of some 30 again. So last column doesn't require a comma. Close it. Close the understatement. This statement goes from here to here. Select this and execute button. You can see a message saying table so and so got created. Don't look for all this. These are old logs. Last go the current log. You can see table so and so got created. Table is created now. How many records will be on the table now? Just now table created, right? No data. Table structure is there, but no data. No records in the table. When I select, I see no records in the table. Always you need to select like this and execute. Don't execute blindly. If you execute this, what happens? Everything will get execute. And execute hote. And rules on like follow. La select chesi, la run cheyali. Okay. Select the particular statement and run it. Only the particular selected ways will get run. Okay, so I just created a table. Now come to Talend, and there is a button here to run the job. Else, you see a button at the bottom called Run tab. You can run from here, or F6 is a shortcut. F6 is a shortcut to run the job. When I run the job, what Talend will do is it will open this file. Here you have given a file location, right? This file, based on this, you read the data from file, and it loads the data to the table. It loads the data to the table. 16,908 rows loaded in 1.16 seconds. Okay, second lo 16,000 record load chesin table. When I go to the database, right? Select star from table. I can see a data is loaded to the table. Yes or no? Quickly, we'll repeat the entire statement, entire thing. Guide me. First, you need to create the Talend job. Right? Next. Next, drag and drop this input, drag and drop this output. How to connect this to? Select icon, right click, row, main to the target. Click on this, connected. Double click on it. You need to give a table name here, right? So I'll give the same table name, EMP underscore 07 12 20 21. Do we have a table? Now we have. If you don't have, what you do? Come here and use this create table script. చూసుకోను సార్ కామా మిస్ చేస్తారు బ్రాకెట్ మిస్ చేస్తారు పని చేయదంటారు కొంచెం టైం కూడా స్పెండ్ చేయరు నార్మల్ హ్యూమన్ మైండ్ ఏముంటుందంటే ఎవరిని ఆన్సర్ చేస్తాను అనుకోండి ముందు వాళ్ళకి ఇచ్చేస్తాం నువ్వు చెప్పు అయిదని మనం థింక్ చేయం మీరు మళ్ళీ ఇంటికి క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు మీరు క్రియేట్ చేస్తూ చేస్తుంది when you are doing right you will struggle because you are doing first time right always it will be there okay so you need to create the table after that table is created. Let's say some table is created. What do you do? Go to the run tab, run the job. Or what's the shortcut? I've fixed the shortcut to run the job. Perfect. That's it. Now we can go and check the data in the table. Okay. Now let me create the same job with. Now I want to load the data from this particular file to a table. Yesterday, I saw some message in the group saying all the time it was asking to extract Notepad++ or something. No, it is already installed in your machine. First time when you install the Notepad++, right? You'll get a first screen like this. Here it will be having a description about the Notepad++. You need to double click on it. It will be having. We have multiple sheets here. You can see. Yes or no? Multiple ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ నేను కూడా చెప్పాను ఇక్కడ క్లిక్ చేసి చూపించాను మీకు ఓకే now the requirement is I want to load the data from this particular pipe delimiter file to a table. Do this file have header? No, but still we have created a header in the metadata scanning, correct? I want to load the data from this particular file to a table. We'll see how to do it. Guide me. Job design, right click, create job. I say pipe file, okay? Pipe file to table. I created a new job, second job. You can see the second job here. Always you should start creating your jobs with job underscore. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి చెప్పింది ప్రతిదీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఓకే I'll suddenly come to your laptop and I'll see. You should create your jobs with job underscore. లేదని చెప్తాను అప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి ఓకేనా Now drag and drop this pipe file to the job, select input. Drag and drop this Oracle connection to the job output. So I'm just maximizing it, just zooming it for better visibility. Once I double click on it, I'll get a full screen, right? Select, right click, row, main to the target. Double click on this Oracle output component. You need to give a table name, right? So I'll give a table name as something like pipe underscore today's date 07/12/2021. An action on table as okay. Okay, fine. Not action on table. Let me take this table, go to database. I'll say select start from table name. I see again. Table is not there. I just created a table, right? I just given a table name. The table is not there. What do you do? CREATE, create table, table name, bracket. So you need column names, right? But column names are not there in here. What do you do? Do you have column names here? You need to go to the double click on input component or output component. Anything is fine. You see an option called? This option is available in all the components. Edit schema. You can see column names here, right? Copy it. By number, integer. Next. Varchar of some 40 or 50. So you should create a table like this. Suppose I don't want to create the table like this. Suppose I don't know how to create a table. Example. You should know it. You're not supposed to say that I don't know how to create a table. You should know it. Else also, what I can do is, there is an option in the T Oracle output component. They have got a table name here, right? Yes or no? There is an option here called action on table. Action on table. Table में action is called any. Look at the meaning. Action on table is we have an option called create table if does not exist. What's the meaning of it? Table. If there is no table, create the table. If the table is there, then table level the create చేయమన్నాం table ఉంటే create చేయదు డైరెక్ట్ గా టేబుల్ లోడ్ చేసే ద మీనింగ్ ఏంటంటే టేబుల్ లేకపోతే క్రియేట్ చేయి ఉంటే ఏం క్రియేట్ చేయదు డైరెక్ట్ లెటర్ లోడ్ చేయి understood, right? If the table is not there, then only the Talend is going to create the table. How the Talend is going to create the table? It takes the table name from here. Column names, data types from edit schema. It takes the column names, data type, length, and everything from edit schema. Talend will create the table. Let me run the job. I set an option called create table does not exist, right? And I'm running the job. Let's see what happens. Job ran successfully, right? I see 10 records went to target table. Win 2 seconds it took. Okay. When I query this table, earlier I got what error? Table RB does not exist, right? Now when I query this table, right? I can see table created, data also got loaded. I have not done the create table completely. There's a table create chilled. Talent created the table, unloaded the data. Talent table created load this. It's easy, right? Right? We doesn't require type and all. Talent will take care of creating a table and loading the data to the table.
Sir,
Understood, right? Yes.
sir, previously కూడా అంతే చేయొచ్చా?
ఏదైనా చేయొచ్చు. ఫస్ట్ మీకు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పా.
ఓకే.
కానీ మీరు కంపల్సరీ టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేయండి. 2 జాబ్స్ కి టేబుల్ మీరు క్రియేట్ చేయండి, లోడ్ చేయండి, దాని తర్వాత కావాలంటే ఆప్షన్ పెట్టుకోండి. థర్డ్ జాబ్ కి అట్లీస్ట్ మీకు క్రియేట్ టేబుల్ స్క్రిప్ట్ రావాలి. Understood, right? You should know how to create a table. Understood, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, perfect. This is how we can load the data from file to table. Now we'll do a reverse. Table to file. Input is table, output is file. Okay. Let me close this job. I'll take the same tables as input and I'll create a file as an output. Customer told Mahesh there is a table called EMP underscore so and so. Take the data from the table and create a file for me. You want a file, CSV file. Okay, let's see what to do. You have created a DB connection here, correct? There is an arrow here. And it arrow on the. When you click on this, right, you can see there are multiple folders inside. This is a DB connection we created. When you click on that, you will see all this folders. All are empty only. If you have something, you'll be having arrow. And arrow ఉంటుంది. Okay. What you need to do is the requirement now is load the data from table to file. Input is table, output is file. Select the Oracle connection, right click, and there is an option called retrieve schema. Remember, there is an option called right click, and there is an option called retrieve schema. Talend lo schema అని చెప్పారు అనుకోండి. When I say schema, the word schema in Talend, nothing but column names, data type, length, metadata. Schema in Talend, nothing but metadata. Select the DB connection, right click, and say retrieve schema. Okay. Click on next. Don't change anything here. నేను ఏది చేంజ్ చేద్దాం చేంజ్ చేయకండి. స్లోగా అర్థం అవుతుంది. నేను ఇక్కడ చేంజ్ చేసాను మొత్తం మారిపోతుంది. సో when I say tool, right, option will enable something, disable something. మొబైల్ కూడా అంతే కదండి. సో నా మొబైల్ ఏమైందంటే స్పీచ్ మోడ్ ఆన్ అయింది. ఇప్పుడు వచ్చిందా మీకు కూడా ఏది ముట్టుకున్నా చదివేస్తుంది మొత్తాన్ని. ఫోన్ చేయాలంటే ఇలా నొక్కుతుంటే అది చదువుతుంది. అది తీయడానికి ఏమైంది? 2,000 పెట్టి అనాలి. గంట పడింది లాస్ట్ కి ఆప్షన్ డిజేబుల్ చేయడానికి. అర్థం కదా? ఆప్షన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేశారనుకోండి మళ్ళీ డిజేబుల్ చేయాలి, లేదంటే చాలా మొత్తం మారిపోతుంది, దాని బిహేవియర్ మారిపోతుంది కదా. మొబైల్ ఇస్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, బెస్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, కరెక్ట్? ఓకే. సో డోంట్ చేంజ్ ఎనీథింగ్ హియర్. విల్ డిస్కస్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. స్లోగా నేర్చుకున్న తర్వాత మనం చేంజ్ చేద్దాం, ముందు నేను చేంజ్ చేయకూడదు కదా. DB connection, right click and say retrieve schema. Click on next button. Here there are a lot of users. We are user of system. You logged in through system, right? Your tables will be stored in this particular user. So we have a system user, we have a HR user, we have some other user. Company lo chala users untaru kada. We are users of system. There is a small button here. Click on this. There is a small button here. Click on this, right? So that you can see all the items inside that, right? What is my table name? Just go down. EMP underscore 07 12 29 2021. This particular table, and we have one more table, right? Pipe underscore ALMNOP. Now it is in alphabetical order. You can see. Yellow chala unnattu. M, next N, O, next P. This one. You can select multiple tables, whatever you wanted, and click on next button. Click on finish button. That's it. Once you click on finish button, there is the arrow came here. Table schemas, nothing but table, column names, data types, and everything. Okay, done. The requirement is need to load the data from file to table. Input is table, table to file. Input is table, output is file. So for that, what I did, I did a retrieve schema, correct? Right click and say retrieve schema, and I set the tables which I wanted. Now let me create a job. Again job. Right click, create job, job underscore, job underscore, job underscore, job underscore, or else J underscore. Okay. And I'll say emp table to emp file or file, whatever it may be. Okay. Say finish. Now you get a job created. You see a job created, right? Now you need to drag and drop the table first. This file, table, not connection. It is going. Drag and drop to the job. Which component it is? T Oracle input. Component name is T Oracle input. I would like to load the data to a file. File is my output, correct? So there is a place called palette. You see a place called palette, right? Here you see all the components. What we are going to learn, right? All is available here only. You need to load the data to a file. You'll be seeing a section here called file and output. Output, right? Select T file output delimited. Component name go to you should remember the component name also. You are not fresher. You're going to keep some 2 years or 3 years of experience. You may use these components very regularly. Sloga. Remind you, I'll remind you all the day. Make sure you remember the component name also. Right? You cannot in the interview if someone is asking what is your input component. There is a component. I didn't remember and all you cannot able to answer. Yes or no? Because your experience, you should know the component name and every option you need to remember. In a tool, you'll always remember the options. Option code writer. Code create table script create table select star. Anything we have done here? No, right? Talend is taking care, right? Huh. Output component name is the component name is T file output delimited. Drag and drop to the job. You can drag and drop like this. Else delete. Click here and you can click here. Understood, right? Either you can do drag and drop, select and delete, click here and click here, select it and delete, example. Or if you know the component name, you can click here and start typing DELIMITED. T file output delimiter. Which one is good? Drag and drop or typing? All day. So always the best practice is typing. Why? Because you'll remember the component name. Type just on a component. So typing is always important. Just click here and start typing. You can type Oracle input also. Example I'm telling. Okay. Now input is ready. Output also ready. You can see the component T file output delimited. Connect these two. Same row, main to the target. When your output is Oracle, what you did? You have given a table name, right? The output table is a table name. The same way, double click on T file output delimited. Double click on T file output delimited. Where you want to create the file? It is going to create the file in this particular location. Is that okay for you? No means you can change it. There is a button here. Button. Move dots onto it. This button you'll be having here also. Everywhere you'll see this button. Okay. Just click on this button so that it will ask you where you want to create the file. I want to create the file by my own folder. So I'll select the same temp folder or something in the desktop. I'll go to the desktop. And there's a folder I created here called temp folder. Okay, I'll give a table name as file name as emp underscore 07122021 or CSV. Whatever you want, you can give. Suppose customer asks .csv, give .csv. Customer .txt, give .txt. I given .csv. Say open. I'm repeating again. Double click on T file output delimited component. You have an option to choose where the file need to get created. Click on this button and choose the folder where you want to create. Temp folder. And I have given table name, file name as emp underscore 07122021.csv. Say open. Now Talend is going to create the file in this particular location with this particular file name. On what row separator you wanted? You are creating a file. With a file create just now. We define your chain column. Row separator I want /n. Suppose field separator I want a comma. You can give comma. Suppose you want a field separator as pipe. You can give pipe. You can double quotes to them all. You should give in double quotes only. Suppose I'm giving a comma here, and that's it. Just execute it. I see 16,008 rows in 2.21 seconds went to the file. Desktop tenfold, right? You can see a file created now. This one. When it is created, 7/20/2021, right? Put it in. Double click on this file or right click and say open with Notepad++. Always do this. I can see a data loaded into a file. I just copy the data from table to file. One in the years now. Slow got the okay. We'll do all this. These are basics. Without basics, we cannot do anything. Basics are most important. This is the file got created. With this particular file name, you can see empty underscore. I'll do one thing. I'll delete all entire data. Empty folder. Okay. I'll come here and I'll run the job. File created, right? Open this file in Notepad++. Do we have header? What's the row separator? Row /n. Field separator is comma, right? Suppose I want a pipe. What do you do? Double click on T file output delimited component. Remove this. View pipe. And run the job. What happened? Okay. There is an extra option I just forget to explain you from 6.4 version. 6.4 version, right? In advanced setting of T file output delimiter. T file output delimiter, there is an option in the advanced setting called error throw file already unte. Same name to file already unte, error throw throw an error if the file already exists. Remove this option. Else will throw an error. Already file in the same name to. Okay, so now let me run the job.
Is overwrite is sir?
Yes. No. I run a job. I see 16,008 rows went to the target database. Sorry, target file. I open this file in a Notepad++ now. What do you got? Pipe. I get the file with pipe, but there is no header. There is no header. Yes or no? If I want header, what do you do? Double click on the file output delimiter. There is an option called header include CND. Include the header. Set this option. Set this option. Okay, run the job. Simply I set an option called include header. I ran a job. You see Talend job ran. You can see header came now. The customer told he don't want header. I won't choose that option. Customer told he want header. See, you always work for customer, client. If the client needs mangoes, give mangoes. Don't say oranges are good and all. Yes or no? Whatever he's paying, do only for that. You can suggest him mangoes, oranges are good. That don't deliver it. If he's asking mangoes, give mangoes. That's it. You can suggest him, sir, mangoes are not that sweeter than oranges. Buy oranges. You can suggest him, but don't deliver oranges. He is asking to don't give header. Don't choose that option. is asking header, give it to header. So that's the reason we have option here to choose header without header also. Correct? How many records I have in a file now? 16908 records, correct? You can see 16,008 rows, correct? Okay, let me check that. I'll just go down. I see 16,009. Why 9? Header is there. Including header, it is 9. Only data is 8 records only, correct? 16,008 records, correct? Okay, done. Now, let me run the job again. The file is already there with 16,008 records, correct? Let me run the job again. Again, Talend is loading the data from table to file. Already 16,000 records are there. Again, it loaded 16,000 records. How many records you need to see? Double records, right? Obviously, double records already loaded. Again, it loaded. But when I see this file, I see only 16,008 records only. You can see. Why? What is happening? Any guess? Now it is guess. You can guess whatever you wanted.
Yes, sir.
What is happening?
There is header.
Header is there. Header is there. Fine. What is there? Header ఉంది 16 రికార్డులు ఆల్రెడీ ఉన్నాయి. దాని కింద 16 యాడ్ అవ్వాలి కదా. ఉన్నా కదా, డబుల్ అవ్వాలి కదా. ఎందుకు అవ్వలేదు?
Header
replace option is there.
There is no replace option.
We are running the same
We are
file.
checking the same data.
We didn't
Yeah, but-
choose append. We didn't choose append.
What happens when you choose append?
There.
What happens when it doesn't choose append?
It won't.
Isn't that
I mean,
roads?
duplicate the data.
Huh.
Overfitting.
My question is, what happens when it doesn't choose append? By
Like, it will
default,
increase the data.
by default,
I
not
mean-
only in Talend. Any ETL tool you can take, Informatica, data stage, any ETL tool you can take. By default, target file will overwrite.
Yes.
ఎన్నిసార్లు అని చేస్తే అన్నిసార్లు టార్గెట్ ఫైల్ ఓవర్ అవుతాను. ఓవర్ మీన్స్ వాట్? ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ఫైల్ డిలీటెడ్, న్యూ ఫైల్ క్రియేటెడ్. ఓవర్ మీన్స్ వాట్? దట్స్ సేమ్ మీనింగ్. ఓల్డ్ డేటా విల్ గెట్ డిలీటెడ్, న్యూ డేటా added. All the time the target file will get overwritten. When the default T file output delimited, what it will do is it deletes the old file and it creates a new file all the time. All the time. Not only in Talend, Informatica, data stage, these are ETL tools. Informatica, data stage, Ab initio, any ETL tool you can take. The default feature is it overwrites the target file. రన్ చేసినప్పుడల్లా కొత్త డేటా ఉంటుంది, దాంట్లో ఓల్డ్ డేటా ఉండదు. Understood, right? Suppose I want to keep the old data and new data also. I just want to add the data to the bottom of the file. Then what you have to do is you have to choose an option called append. Appending అంటే కలపడం కదండి, append చేయడం అంటారు కదా, append. So once you choose append option and run the same job, now you can see double records. 33, 32,000 or 33,000 now. Again, if you run, again you'll get records added to the bottom of the file. Understood? So customer said, don't append. No header. I won't select these options. Option select చేస్తే రిజల్ట్ మారిపోతుంది. అవునా కదా? సో అన్ని ఆప్షన్స్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఏదో ఇలా సెలెక్ట్ చేసేసి పని చేయడం చెప్పకూడదు. You're not going to play. బ్రహ్మానందం వాళ్ళని ఆడతా చూడండి. అది లెగుతూ ఉంటాడు, పడిపోతూ ఉంటాడు. ఏది సినిమా అది? జులైలోనా? కాదు
జూలై
కాదండి, హాస్పిటల్ పడుకుంటే వెళ్ళి బట్టలు కాదనుకుంటా. వెంకటేష్ సినిమా, వెంకటేష్ సినిమా. వాడి పెళ్ళి అవుతుంది, దాంట్లో పెళ్లిగాని రామబాబుని పెడతా ఉంటారు. ఏ సినిమా అది? మల్లేశ్వరి అనుకుంటా కదా? కాదా?
మల్లేశ్వర్లు ఇసిరేస్తారు.
హాస్పిటల్లో కూర్చుని ఉంటాడు, బట్టలు నొక్కుతా ఉంటాడు ఊరినే బ్రహ్మానందం గారు.
July.
ఆక్సిజన్ అయిపోతా ఉంటది, లెగిస్తా ఉంటది.
జూలై
ఏదో సినిమాలండి. సో ఆప్షన్స్ అని జాగ్రత్తగా చూస్ చేయాలి, అది చెప్తున్నాను. సెలెక్ట్ చేస్తే మొత్తం మారిపోతుంది అవుట్పుట్ కదా. సో యూనిట్ టు లైక్ జస్ట్ కామెడీలో నేను సరదాగా మధ్య మధ్యలో డిబేట్ చేస్తే మళ్ళీ వింటారండి. So append option and include option and all based on the requirement. దాన్ని బట్టి మనం చూస్ చేయాలి. ఓకేనా? So when I choose a include header, it will include the header in the output file. If it doesn't choose it, suppose I am not choosing this two, what happens now when I run the job? It overrides the data, right? There is no append option, right? What happens? Overrides. You will be having only 16,000 exact records. No header also. You can see that. So remove yes, son. Target file got overridden. No header now. You see only 16,908 records. Yes or no? So when I choose include header, it still overwrites. Still overwrites. Now it adds a header. That's it. When I run this, it overwrites and it adds a header now. It simply overwrites now. You can see. Correct? When I choose append, then what happens? It adds the records to the bottom of the existing file. Correct? Answer and topic. This was the topic today. Tomorrow we'll do some deep dive. Today is just a basic of drag and drops and all this. You'll get some familiar today. Drag and drops and okay. So don't get panic. భయపడకండి ఎలా అయిపోతుందని ఏం అవదు మన దగ్గర టాలెంట్ మళ్ళీ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకుందాం ఓకే ఓకే దెన్ I'll stop here. Anybody has any questions?
Sir, one question.
Yes.
Sir, while choosing that అదే delimiter file choose చేసినప్పుడు కింద ఫార్మాట్ అని వస్తుంది కదా సార్, అక్కడ యూనిక్స్ అని ఉంది, అది ఫైల్ కి స్పెసిఫైడ్
OS స్పెసిఫిక్
ఓకే
మనం విండోస్ లో చేస్తున్నాం ఎక్కువ, సో వదిలేసండి, ఏం ప్రాబ్లం యూనిక్స్ పెట్టినా ప్రాబ్లం లేదు.
ఓకే, అంటే అది ఎప్పుడు చూస్ చేస్తాం సార్, అది విండోస్ యూనిక్స్ అట్లా
మనం అసలు లైట్ తీసుకునే అవసరం లేదు, మ్యాటర్ ఏం వదిలేండి.
ఓకే ఓకే
ఓకేనా?
ఓకే
ఓకే. Any other questions?
Yes.
Actually, we created a table, right?
Yes.
So basically, when we are creating table using star, all the records get
No.
copied.
We're not creating a table with star.
Okay,
Select star will give the display.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, my doubt is when we select that, all the details will, all the records will be created. So again,
Not created. It was displaying it. You are selecting it.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Okay.
You are displaying in the screen. That's it. Select star will display the results in the here. It will display here.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thank you.
So I have shared a video, Oracle Basics video. I think in the starting, I'll share that video again today. That video name is Oracle Basics. Just watch the video so that you'll get some idea on Oracle database. It's not like everybody need to have a knowledge on database. Okay. Anyhow, you need to have it. So I'll share a video today called Oracle Basics. Just along with this video, watch that video also. ఎవరైతే మిస్ అయ్యారో చూడండి సార్, డేటాబేస్ మినిమం నాలెడ్జ్ లేకపోతే చూడండి సార్, అర్థమవుతుంది. ట్రై చేయండి అర్థం చేసుకోవడానికి. ఓకే, ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్?
Sir, I am not unable to install Oracle and no one is helping me in the group as well.
Yeah, I found that. See, there is a video on YouTube how to uninstall Oracle completely. Did you install Oracle again? Tried installing again?
Yeah, I tried. The same issue is facing again and again.
Oracle uninstall in Windows 9, 10. So you need to follow all the steps.
Okay.
Oh my God, very, very long story. No, you cannot. Windows 10. Completely. Uninstall Oracle completely from Windows. Just type Windows. Remove Oracle completely in Windows. So you'll be having some points that you need to.
Okay.
Why removing Oracle? You must find software, not this one. Go with. So here, right, you need to follow some instructions. I think someone has given here. He's asking to delete this, delete the file and delete file. So So just go to all these places and try to delete all of them. Then you'll be
Okay.
getting Oracle completely deleted. Then you can install Oracle again. Or else try installing Oracle one more time. If not, then we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Or else where you stay?
I'm staying in Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay. Okay, then we'll see. Else I'll connect remotely and I'll try to resolve it.
Okay,
Try your best. Else we'll do. Okay.
sure. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Then. Okay. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining.